All right, this is the lab Introduction to DAX in Power BI Desktop. And the lab is supposed to take about 45 minutes. I've already launched the lab and started the lab, so it's ready to go. Here, before I start, it says click on Fit Window to Machine and download the files. This will copy the latest files from GitHub and configure the directories as needed for the remainder of the lab exercises. You will see a success message above once the process is complete. Once you have received the success message, click Next to proceed to the lab. This may take some time. Next step would be to fire up Power BI Desktop. So all right, we've got success. Click on Next. Create DAX calculations in Power BI Desktop Part 1. The estimated time to complete this lab is 45 minutes. In this lab, you will create calculated tables, calculated columns, and simple measures using data analysis expressions, DAX. In this lab, you will learn how to create calculated columns, create calculated tables, and create measures. Lab story. This lab is one of many in a series of labs that was designed as a complete story from data generation to publication as reports and dashboards. You can complete the labs in any order. However, if you intend to work through multiple labs, for the first 10 labs, we suggest you do them in the following order. And we're on lab number 5, Create DAX Calculations in Power BI Desktop Part 1. Exercise 1 is Create Calculated Tables. In this exercise, you'll create 2 calculated tables. The first will be the salesperson table to allow a direct relationship between it and the sales table. The second will be the date table. Task 1, as always, will be Get Started. In this task, you will set up the environment for the lab. Important, if you are continuing on from the previous lab and you completed that lab successfully, do not complete this task. Instead, continue from the next task. To open the Power BI Desktop on the taskbar, click the Microsoft Power BI Desktop shortcut. Get started. X out of that. All right, to open the starter Power BI Desktop file, click the File ribbon to open the Backstage view. Select Open Report, Browse Reports, and then this PC, D drive, DA100 folder, Labs, 05, Create Desktop, Create DAX Calculations in Power BI Desktop, and then go to Starter. Click on Sales Analysis and click Open. Close any informational windows that may open. To create a copy of the file, click the File button tab to open the Backstage view. And we'll choose Save As. We'll choose DA100, My Solution, and Save. That was task 1. Task 2 is to create the salesperson table. In this task, you will create the salesperson table, direct relationship to sales. In Power BI Desktop, in Report View, which is what we are in, on the Modeling ribbon, from inside the Calculations group, click New Table. In the formula bar, which opens directly beneath the ribbon when creating or editing calculations, type salesperson equals. Then press Shift Enter and type salesperson performance. And then press Enter. All right. For your convenience, all DAX definitions in this lab can be copied from the snippets file located in that location. Power BI. Okay, so it's within the lab. It's DA100 Labs 05. Create DAX calculations in Power BI Desktop, the assets, and the snippets. A calculated table is created by first entering the table name, followed by the equals symbol, followed by a DAX formula that returns a table. Note that the table name cannot already exist in the data model. The formula bar supports entering a valid DAX formula. It includes features like autocomplete, IntelliSense, and color coding, enabling you to quickly and accurately enter the formula. This table definition creates a copy of the sales performance table. It copies the data only. However, model properties like visibility, formatting, etc. are not copied. Tip: you're encouraged to enter white space, i.e. carriage returns and tabs, to lay out formulas in an intuitive and easy to read format, especially when formulas are long and complex. To enter a carriage return, press Shift-Enter. White space is optional. In the Fields pane, let's get to that, which is there. I'll close the filters. Wow. And this one, oh, what happened to my Fields pane? Darn it. Okay, there, I saw it. Let's open that up. Okay. In the Fields pane, notice that the table icon is a shade of blue denoting a calculated table. Okay, if they say so. I don't detect a shade of blue. Maybe they changed that to have a little calculator. I think they must have changed that to have a little calculator on top of the table to indicate that's a calculated table, because I don't see any blue in that image. Calculated tables are defined by using a DAX formula, which returns a table. It's important to understand that calculated tables increase the size of the data model because they materialize and store values. They're recomputed whenever formula dependencies are refreshed, as will be the case for this data model when new future date values are loaded into tables. Unlike Power Query source tables, calculated tables can't be used to load data from external sources, external data sources. Calculated tables cannot be used to load data from external data sources. They can only transform data based on what has already been loaded into the data model. Switch to the model view. Notice that the salesperson table is available. Take care, it might be hidden from view, no kidding. Yeah, don't see that, but if I scroll down, I might be able to reduce. Okay, there it is. All right. Found it, yay. All right, so the salesperson table is available. Is that it, or is there something else? Anything else? Here's salesperson. Okay, so there's the salesperson table. Create a relationship from salesperson employee key to the sales employee key column. All right. Did that do it? I don't think so. Okay. Now we have hopefully we've created a relationship between the salesperson employee key table. Maybe I can make that a little bigger. Yeah, salesperson employee key table to the sales employee key column. Right-click the inactive relationship between salesperson performance and sales tables and select delete. Am I sure? Yes. In the salesperson table, multi-select the following columns and then hide them. Set the is hidden property to yes. Employee ID, employee key, and UPN. Right click, hide. So I think that's it. Hide in report view. Yeah, I think that's it. Just hide in report view is the choice. Okay, you can see the hidden. Did I get everything? No, I didn't get, oh, well, I did. Let's try to hide that again. Hide in report view. All right, now employee ID, employee key, and UPN are hidden in report view. I hope. In the model diagram, select the salesperson table. In the properties pane, which we need to open, goodness, that's going to like make it disappear. In the description box, enter salesperson related to a sales. Okay. You may recall that descriptions appear as tooltips in the fields pane when the user hovers their cursor over a table or field. For the sales performance table, set the description to, wait, did I do that right? Okay, I did that. All right, so we'll go to that, select that, and we'll give this one the salesperson performance table. We'll set its description to salesperson related to region S. The data model now provides two alternatives when analyzing salespeople. The salesperson table allows analyzing sales made by a salesperson, while salesperson performance table allows analyzing sales made in the sales regions assigned to the salesperson. So that's the end of task 2. Task 3 is create the date table. In this task, you will create the date table. Switch to the data view. All right, that's the middle one. It's the data view. On the Home ribbon tab from inside the Calculations, let's go to Home. And where's Calculations? Calculations, Group, click New Table. It's working on it. In the formula bar, enter the following. All right. Date equals calendar auto 6. Oops. That's not what I wanted. 6 in there. Okay. The calendar auto function returns a single column table consisting of date values. The auto behavior scans all data model date columns I am being summoned. Let's see, let me go back. Respond to that, or maybe I won't respond to that. Apologize for the delay. Okay. Thank you for your patience. The calendar auto function returns a single column table consisting of date values. The auto behavior scans all data model date columns to determine the earliest and latest dates stored in the data model. It then creates one row for each date within this range. Wow. Extending the range in either direction to ensure full years of data is stored. This function could take a single optional argument that is the last month number of a year. When omitted, the value is 12, meaning that December is the last month of the year. In this case, 6 is entered, meaning that June is the last month of the year. Notice the column of date values. Looks good. Oops, they have 12 a.m. and they have the time as all zeros, and mine are showing midnight. Like this is like they're showing a 24-hour time, and I'm showing like a 12-hour time. The dates shown are formatted using the regional settings, i.e. month/day/year. At the bottom left corner in the status bar, notice the table statistics. Scroll down. All right, we see 1,826 rows of data have been generated, which represents 5 full years of data. So that was task 3. Task 4 is create calculated columns. In this task, you will add additional columns to enable filtering and grouping by different time periods. You will also create a calculated column to control the sort order of other columns. For your convenience, all DAX definitions in this lab can be copied from the snippets file located in d:\DA100/labs 05 create DAX calculations in Power BI desktop assets snippets.txt. On the table tools contextual ribbon, let's go back there. Table tools contextual ribbon from inside the calculations group, click new column. In the formula bar, type the following or copy it from the snippets. All right, I'll try. Let me bold and try seeing if I can copy this here. Oh, not really letting me copy. That's curious. Year equals quote FY, close quote, and year caps. And this is going to be date. And I need date. Close that. Plus something else. If maybe I should just copy the snippets, but what the heck? IF month date again. Close that parenthesis. That is not what I wanted it to do at all. Just trying to close parenthesis. There we go. And I need to get back to that formula. There we go. Oh my, I clicked the wrong thing again. All right, let's go back. It's greater than 6. Greater than. Can I type greater than? Come on, I'm doing so well. Greater than 6, comma, 1, close parenthesis. Enter. All right, good. A calculated column is created by first entering the column name, followed by the equals symbol, followed by a DAX formula that returns a single value result. The column name cannot already exist in the table. The formula uses the date's year value, but adds 1 when the year value adds 1 to the year value when the month is after June. It's how fiscal years of AdventureWorks are calculated. Verify that the new column was added. Yes, looks good. Use the snippets file definition to create the following 2 calculated columns for the date and month. How do I get to the snippets? Maybe minimize that. Is there a file manager that I can access? Maybe, yes. Go to D, DA100, go to labs, lab number 5. Go to assets, go to the snippets. All right, I need one for quarter. All right, wow, okay. Good golly, I hope this works. I don't know if it will, but we can try. All right, copy. And we'll do Control C, try Swift insert. And go back. All right. So what did we do? All right. We went to Table Tools, Contextual Ribbon inside. Oh, I need to get to Table Tools. Inside the calculations, I need to click New Column, and that should bring up a fresh formula box. And so I'll try pasting in that. I'll hit Enter. And it'll work on it. Oh, it did it. That's awesome. I'll minimize this. And because I think I need to go back and do month. Yeah, so I'll minimize this. Scroll down in the snippets folder. Somehow, I want to find month. Where was month? How many things we're doing anyway? Oh, month isn't that bad. It's just 2 lines, but okay. Okay. So we'll go scroll up. We're in the table tools in the calculations group. We'll click on new column and that and paste in month and hit enter. It made a nice looking month, which is awesome. To validate the calculations, switch to report view. I'm going to want to change that view, page view, to actual size. That's easier for me to see. To create a new report, on the bottom left, click the plus icon. To add a matrix visual to the new report page in the visualizations pane, select the matrix visual type. Okay. So open up the visualizations area and mouse over to matrix. I see matrix. I'll click on matrix and what's going to be in there. In the fields, I'll close that up now. In the fields pane, from inside the date table, drag the year field into the rows. I'm going to change that actual size. All right. All right. Well, I don't see a select or drag fields to populate this visual. I think it's changed. All right, we'll try anyway. In the fields pane, from inside the date table, drag the year. What if I just click on it? Does that work? No, I don't think I want to do that. I'll try doing what they said. I want this to be in the rows well or area. All right, does that work? I guess that's okay. But that was the same as clicking. Drag the month field into the rows well area as well. If I click it, what happens? Ooh, what? Well, I didn't want that to happen. I'm gonna unclick it. And I'll try to do what they say and drag it where I thought the rows went and see what happens. Ooh, that's kind of exciting. I guess. I don't know if that was what was supposed to happen. Oh, did I do this correctly? Oh, wait, I did year and then I did month. Okay, I think that's okay. Yeah. All right, I have year and I have month. At the top right of the matrix visual or bottom, depending on the location of the visual, click on the forked double arrow icon. I don't see a forked double arrow icon. I do not see a forked arrow icon. Can I select this and move it? Oh, it's at the bottom. Okay, got it. All right. Forked double arrow. I cannot. Ooh, okay. Can I select it? Don't know. Maybe I need to like close that up. I can see it. Okay, now I was able to click on that forked double arrow icon, which will expand all years down one level. Okay, good. Notice that the years expand to months and that the months are sorted alphabetically rather than chronologically. Ooh. By default, text values sort alphabetically. Numbers sort from smallest to largest and dates from earliest to latest. To customize the month field sort order, switch to data view. Add the month key column to the date table. Where is the month key column? Oh, I guess that's from my snippets. All right, I'll minimize that. Try to get my month key. Whoa, too fast. All right, no, there it is. All right, month key. I'll copy that and do Control Insert in case that helps. And scroll down and click on Power BI. And I'll scroll up and I'll, in the Table Tools ribbon in the Calculations group, I'll click on New Column. Get rid of that. I'm going to paste in month key and hit enter. There's month key. This formula computes a numeric value for each year/month combination. In the data view, verify that the new column contains numeric values, e.g. 2017-07 for July 2017, etc. Yeah, yes, it does. Switch back to report view. In the fields pane, ensure that the month field is selected. When selected, it will have a dark gray background. On the column tools contextual ribbon from inside the sort group, click sort by column, and then select month key. Nice. In the matrix visual, notice that the months are now chronologically sorted. That is awesome. And that was the end of task 4. On to task 5. Complete the data table, complete the date table. In this task, you will complete the design of the date table by hiding a column and creating a hierarchy. I'm going to hide a column and create a hierarchy in the date table. We will then create relationships to the sales and targets table. So we'll switch to the model view. There's date sitting by its own lonely self right now. I can't get that any higher. Maybe I can put that down. I'm getting so many tables. All right, in the date table, hide the month key column. I think I can just click on the I. Now it's hidden, right? Yeah, that's hidden now. I'll click on that. Hide and report view is clicked, so that's good. On the fields table to the right, select the date table. On the right pane, select the date table, right-click on the year column, and select Create Hierarchy. Rename the newly created hierarchy to Fiscal by right-click and rename. Well, I didn't do it that way, but I could have. Okay. That worked also, and I could have renamed it by doing that right click and choosing rename. But I won't. All right. Add the following two remaining fields to the fiscal hierarchy by selecting them in the fields pane. All right, quarter, right click them and choose add to hierarchy, fiscal, and then month, we'll right click it and choose add to hierarchy and fiscal. Okay, so now if we expand fiscal, we should see it is a 3-level hierarchy, fiscal with year, quarter, and month. Create the following two model relationships. Date, and date to sales order date. Right, I'm going to close that and close that to give me a little more room. So I need to connect the date table to the sales table. Where is, oh, the sales table is in the center, right where I left it. Okay. So there's sales date and there's sales order date. All right, so I'll create a relationship there. And it's many in order date and one in date, and the direction is goes from date to sales, and date to target month. Right, we'll go from date to target month. And do I see it? I don't know. Let's see. Yes, but it's to the right. So I'd have to scooch things over to see it a little better. Yeah, I don't really see it very well right now. Did it happen? Wait, okay, there it is. There's the many. And that is really tight. But it is going to the date table. All right, so that date table now has two relationships. One to the sales table and one to the targets table. Hide the following two columns. We'll hide sales order date. We'll hide target month. All right, that's the end of task 5. Task 6 is mark the date table. In this task, you will mark the date table as a date table. Switch to report view. In the fields pane, select the date table, not the date field. That is the table. On the table tools, contextual ribbon from inside the calendars group, click mark as date table and then select mark as date table. Okay, in the mark as date table window, in the date column drop-down list, select date. We validated successfully, so we'll click OK. We will save the Power BI desktop file. You can click that worked, and we can also, in addition to clicking on the little save disk, we can also click File and Save to save. Saved it. Power BI desktop now understands that this table defines date time. It's important when relying on time intelligence calculations. You'll work with time intelligence calculations in the Create DAX calculations in Power BI Desktop Part 2 lab. Note that this design approach for a date table is suitable whenever you don't have a date table in your data source. It's good to know. If you have a data warehouse, it would be appropriate to load a date data from its date dimension table rather than redefining date logic in your data model. Yeah, your data warehouse will probably already have a table like that available for your use. One hopes. Okay, So that was exercise 1. Now we move on to exercise 2, create measures. In this exercise, you will create and format several measures. Task 1, create simple measures. In this task, you will create simple measures. Simple measures aggregate values in a single column or count rows of a table. In report view, on page 2, in the fields pane, drag the sales unit price field into the matrix visual. Drag it, I did not drag it, I'll try again. Drag it there, okay. The labs use a shorthand notation to reference a field. It will look like this: sales unit price, pipe unit price. In this example, sales is the table name and unit price is the field name. And that looks consistent with Microsoft's picture. You may recall that in the model data in Power BI Desktop Part 2 lab, you set the unit price column to summarize by average. The result you see in the matrix visual is the monthly average unit price, sum of unit price values divided by the count of unit prices. In the visual fields pane, located in the values field, in the visual fields pane located beneath the visualizations pane. Let's see if we can find that. I do not see it. Maybe if I expand it, it'll help. I don't know. I still don't see anything. I'll keep reading. In the values field well area, I don't see that. Oh wait, I see a values field well area. Notice that unit price is listed. I do notice that. Good. Click on the down arrow for unit price and then notice the available menu options. All right, we can remove the field. We can rename for this visual. We can move it to something else, like rows or columns. Conditional formatting, like a background color, font color, data bars, icons, web URL. We have sum, average, minimum, maximum. Average is checked. Count, distinct, count, standard deviation, variance, median. Show values as no calculation, percent of a grand total, percent of a column total, percent of a row total, or a new quick measure. All right. Visible numeric columns allow report authors at report design time to decide how column values will summarize or not. It can result in inappropriate reporting. Some data modelers don't like leaving things to chance, however, and choose to hide these columns instead of expose aggregated logic defined in measures. It's the approach you will take now in this lab. To create a measure in the fields pane, right-click the sales table and select new measure. All right, we'll try that. All right, we'll go, we're in the fields table. We'll go to the sales table, we'll right-click on the sales table and choose new measure. In the formula bar, add the following measure. So if I minimize this and find, oh, did I not want to do that? Go to average price. Maybe I didn't want to do that. I've done it now, so I need to undo it. I'll undo it. We'll go back to Power BI. Scroll up. I don't see any measure right at the moment. Didn't make a new measure in the table, so I'll right-click again on sales and choose new measure. And I will get rid of that and paste in what I got from the snippets file and hit return to calculate average price equals the average of the sales unit price variable. Okay. And there's our calculated value for average price. Notice that it produces the same result as the unit price column, but different formatting. I did not notice that. Oh, I need to add it to the visual. That's why. Okay. Okay, yes, I see that now, that it has the same values, different formatting. In the values well, open up the context menu. Oh boy. Do I have to? Okay. Values well, open up the context menu for the average price field and notice that it is not possible to change the aggregation technique. No? Not like no conditional formatting? No. No show value as? Nope, that doesn't look helpful either. Okay, I believe you. It is not possible to modify the aggregation behavior of a measure. Use the snippets file definitions to create the following 5 measures for the sales table. Median price. That's a lot of snippets, but we can do it. All right, copy that. Go back to this. Escape out of that. Don't need that any longer. All right, and I go to, these are all going to be on the sales table. So go to sales, right click. Need to get to new measure, and I'll backspace out of that. Control V to paste in the formula for the variable or column that we called, it would be a measure called median price, which would be the median of the sales unit price. So I'll hit enter to create that. And there's that calculated median price variable. So I'll go down and get the snippet for minimum price. I'll go back to Power BI, scroll up, mouse over sales, right click, choose new measure. And I will hit backspace and then Control V to paste in a formula for a column called minimum min price, which is equal to the minimum of the sales unit price. I'll hit return, hit enter to create that measured, calculated column, and that is there, min price. Now we need to do the same thing to get the maximum. Go to snippets, calculate that formula, to control insert, control C, copy that, go back to Power BI, and then go to sales, right click, and choose new measure, and then backspace, and then paste in the value. We're creating a calculated column called max price, which is equal to max of sales unit price, and I'll hit enter to create that calculated column, and there is that calculated column of max price. Now, go to the snippets and get orders, which is equal to the distinct count sales order number. So I'll go back to Power BI, scroll up a bit. I will right click, mouse over sales, right click, choose new measure. And I'll hit backspace to clear that out. I'll hit Control V to paste in a new calculated column, which is called orders, and it is the distinct count of the sales order number column. I'll hit enter to create that calculated field, and we can see it. See the orders calculated column there. And one last time for this lab, we'll go back to the snippets file and copy the formula for order lines. Go back to Power BI and mouse scroll up a bit, and I'll mouse over sales, right click, choose new measure, and I'll hit backspace to get rid of that, and Control V to paste in order lines equal count row sales. So I'm creating a calculated column called order lines. It's equal to count rows, the number of rows in the sales column. All right, the distinct count function used in the orders measure will count orders only once, ignoring duplicates. The count rows function used in the order lines measure operates over a table. In this case, the number of orders is calculated by counting the distinct sales order number column values, while the number of order lines is simply the number of table rows. Each row is aligned in order. Switch to the model view. And then select the 4 price measures. Which are average price, max price, median price, and min price. All right, so I'll click on average price. Holding down the control key, I'll select max price, median price, and min price. For the multi-selection of measures, configure the following requirements. Set the format to 2 decimal places. Nope, that did not do it. That's not what I want to do. All right, I'll choose more options. Nope. All right, maybe I'll go to properties. I don't know. How did I do that the last time? I don't remember. Formatting or formatting multiple values. What can we do? Can I expand anything else? What about advanced? No, I just don't know what to do. I forgot. How did I? All right, I'm on number 11, exercise 2. How did I get? Two. All right. Maybe I need to search on decimal. All right. All right. I'm going to go to the top. And then I'm going to search for the first instance of decimal places. Darn, I don't know how to do that. Seems like that's the first instance of that. And I forget how to do it. Switch to the model view and do that. Delete, hide, unhide, collapse, and expand. That does not help. Format, I just don't see. Oh, decimal? Okay. Decimal number? Maybe. I don't think that helped. And it doesn't let me choose the number of decimal places, so it didn't really do that. I don't have that. Nope. Format is hidden. No, I don't think that's it. What about? No, that's not it. Manage relationships, refresh data. No, that's not it. All right. What about Power BI format decimal places? I feel like this would be much easier elsewhere. Power BI format decimal places. Format decimal number. Maybe the next one. This says I could have included it in the definition of the measure, which I didn't. Hmm. Hmm. What if I go, is there anything for me in the data view about, well, it's in the model view. Anything about formatting here? Get data, Power BI data sets, enter data, recent sources, transform data? I don't think so. I just want to format. Anything here to the right? Hmm. No, I don't think so. Is hidden is featured table. I don't see anything that would be useful there. Anything here? No, it doesn't really have what I want it to have. The same thing there. Formatting is decimal number. Yeah, but you don't get to choose how many, so that doesn't really do it. All right, what about in data? Anything about formatting there? And why did we not? Oh, I guess it wasn't tools. Nope, I want to do that. All right, I'll try the report view. All right, let's go here and choose average price. No. No, don't see anything there, and I don't think that would do anything. No, it's the same. All right, let's go up and more on average price. Go to format. Format. That's a decimal number. That's good. I'm not seeing how to do that. Choose how the values of this column are displayed. Sounds interesting. No, that's not doing anything. Looks like a button, but doesn't really do anything for me. It doesn't say. Is decimal number just like two things? I don't know. I expand this and just add average price. Will I regret that? No, it's okay. Maybe that was all I needed to do. I just didn't know. All right, can I get that back now that I've done that? No. No, I don't know how to get rid of that now that I've done that. Maybe if I uncheck, I'll do it. Yeah, ooh. All right, one is good. All right. Yes, all right, so I'll go back to the model view as instructed. All right, add assign to a display folder named pricing. All right, let's check all these again. They are average, max, median, and min. We'll enter the display folder. We'll call it pricing. Hide the unit price column. Do I have that now? I don't see a folder named pricing. Oh, I do see the folder named pricing. Okay, done it. All right. Hide the unit. Price. Okay, I can do that. Hide the unit price column. The unit price column is now not available to report authors. They must use the pricing measures you've added to the model. This design approach ensures that report authors won't inappropriately aggregate prices, for example, by summing them. Multi-select the order lines and orders measures. Order lines and orders measures. Okay. Right. Formatting. Format. Use the thousands separator. Why do I not remember what that was? It's probably currency. Advanced. I don't think I want advanced because I just had the data category. I don't think I want. I don't think that's it at all. No, that's not. I want those to be in a folder called counts. But I don't have. I don't see anything about a thousands separator, and I don't remember what I did before for that. Is unit price in there? I think it did get in there. I think I want that out. Fine. In the report view, in the values well area, matrix visual, for the unit price, click X to remove it. Values, there are values. Properties, fields. Oh, I'm in the model view. All right. Report view. Do you see values anymore? Yes, I do. Okay, there's values, there's unit price. I'll get rid of it. Increase the size of the matrix visual to fill the page width and height. Okay, let's click on that, click view. How come I'm not getting anything when I click on view? View. Fit to page. Oh, I didn't like that. Fit to width. Nope, didn't like that. Actual size. I like that one the best. Huh. Add the 5 measures. All right, I'm going to give this some more space. These 5 more measures. Fields. They are in sales, I think. No, maybe they were in orders. Salesperson. Find them sometime. Targets. Target. Reseller. Region. I have lost these. These things I made. They were in sales, I think. Maybe they're in a folder. Accounts. Order lines, pricing. Okay, they're in there. All right. So we will, oh, what have I done? Okay, average price was already there and should still be there. All right. If we add median price, will that work? Oh, And let me try again. Median price. There's median price. Looks good. Min price. Looks good. Max price. Also looks good, and it has the 1,000 separator. So that's good. So I wasn't sure about that. Orders. Oh, what about this one? I'm not sure. Let's see. Orders looks good. That does not have a 1,000 separator. Not sure what to do about that right now. Probably nothing. And order lines. Whoa. Nope, I didn't like that. Can I get rid of that? No, I don't like that. I'm gonna get rid of that. Move. All right, let me try again with order lines. Order lines. Trying again. Better. Still don't have the thousands there. Drill through. Is there anything I can do about that? Orders. Additional formatting. No, that's not it. That is not it. And show value as. No, that's not it either. I don't know. Oh, what is this one? Format. Page information. Yeah, I don't need to format that. I just want to format my value. New, but it's worth exploring anyway. Page size, 16 by 9. Okay. Page background is color, transparency. Okay, good. Page alignment is to the top. Sounds good to me. Wallpaper, color, transparency, add image, revert to default. Just leave that as is. Filter pane, you can choose a background color, transparency, font size, font family, border color, and so on. It's good. Close that again. And filter cards. Typer available, transparency, da 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 da. I don't want to change any of those today. So I'll just close that up again. And I missed out on how to do the thousands on that if I was supposed to. Maybe I should like look at this image and see what they did in this image. See if I'm doing what I should be doing. All right, let's paste that link so it's a little bigger. Yeah, they have thousands. Oh, I wonder if I had the same values. Oh, interesting. Let's see. Yeah, what can I do about that? Whoa, what have I done? I think I sorted it. I didn't want to do that. Right click. No, I don't want to copy that. That is not what I want. Can I do anything with that? No. Drill up, drill down. No. Format. I'm on the format. No, I don't think this is it. And the objects. No, I'm not in the right spot, but I don't know what the right thing to do is to apply the thousands to that. Maybe on the model page. What was orders part of even? Okay, orders and order lines. Is there any way to get a 1,000 separator on those? Probably not that I know of. Is hidden, mixed values, format is currency. Don't know what would be better. Where are you at? What's currency? Maybe. That is all I'm seeing, so don't know what else to add to that. To add the formatting that I want at the moment. But I could have put it in when I first created that, so there. All right, task 2, create additional measures. In this task, you'll create additional measures that use more complex formulas. In the report view, select page 1. That's really hard to see. Review the table visual, noticing the total for the target column. Okay, I need to go up. That's really hard to see. Can I move it? It helped a little bit. Can I do that again? Okay. It's better. All right. Review the table visual, noticing the total for the target column. It's high. Yeah, 676 million. You may recall from a previous lab that there's a many-to-many relationship between salespeople and regions. This means that summing the target values together doesn't make sense because salespeople targets are set for each salesperson based on their sales region assignments. A target value should only be shown when a single salesperson is filtered. You'll now implement a measure to do just that. Select the table visual, and then in the visualizations pane, remove the target field. Rename the target's target column to target amount. Okay. Let's go target amount. Tip. There are several ways to rename the column in the report view. In the fields pane, you can right-click on the column, then select rename, which is what I just did, or double-click the column and press F2. You're about to create a measure named target. It's not possible to have a column and measure in the same table with the same name. Create the following measures on the targets table. I will minimize that and find this target stuff. Okay, what's that? Targets table, target measure definitions. Copy that, go back to Power BI and create a measure. They seem to think that I'd know how to format that. I don't. I think I need to go to data. What did I need to do that? Oh, I think I need to, what if I go to targets and then new measure? And then I'll hit backspace and paste that language in and hit enter to create that target calculated measure. And did it show up in targets? No, it has not yet. Has it? I don't think so. Maybe it did. There is a calculator. Okay, there it is. Yes, it has shown up. The has one value function tests whether a single value in the salesperson column is filtered. When true, the expression returns the sum of target amounts for just that salesperson. When false, blank is returned. Format the target measure to 0 decimal places. I do not know how they think that's going to happen. Rename. Maybe if I go to model view, the target table, and choose the target. Nope. No. Choose the target. And formatting, I will say whole number for target. Whole number should have 0 decimal places. Tip, you can use the Measure Tools contextual ribbon. Oh, I don't see the Measure Tools contextual ribbon. That's a good tip. I don't know how to use that right at the moment. Measure Tools contextual ribbon. Don't know. Measure Tools. External tools? No, it's not the same. Okay, help with measure. I don't know. DAX. Power BI. Write a DAX expression. Choose from a list of common calculations. Data drill. Add a visual. Get the latest data. Use Power Query. Manage. Recent sources. Create a data verse. Create a new table. Import data. Create a live something of your import data. Connect to data. Like the formatting of something, use the format painter. That's the clipboard. What about modeling? Manage relationships. DAX expression. Write a DAX expression. Write a DAX expression. What if parameters? Manage roles. See what's visible. Teach Q&A. Change the language. Import or exit file for Q&A. Yeah, that doesn't really do it. That does not help. Home and help. Yeah, we've already decided these were not. We didn't find it. Okay, well, anyhow. Hide the target amount column. Okay. Tip, you can right-click the column in the Fields pane and then select Hide. Add the target measure to the table visual. Okay. Notice that the target column total is now blank. Use the snippets file definitions to create the following 2 measures for the target table: variance and variance margin. Okay. And these are for the target table. All right, so scroll down if you can, and this. I don't get to the bottom of this thing. Snippets. Okay. All right. Getting to the bottom of this snippets table, so that's good. Copy. Go back to Power BI. And these will be on the targets table. So scroll up, mouse over targets, right click, choose new measure, and backspace and paste in the variance formula that I got from snippets and hit enter to create that. And now we see the variance measure. Go back, we'll minimize that. And need to return. Need to get back to the bottom of this snippets file. What happened to my snippets file? That is too big. Mouse this up and scroll down. Get the variance margin, copy that. Go back to Power BI. Go to the targets table, mouse over targets, choose new measure, and mouse up, backspace, and paste in the formula that I copied from the snippets table for variance margin and hit enter. Now variance margin is there. Format the variance measure for 0 decimal places. I'll go to the model view. I'll go to the targets table. Whoa. And I'll move that a little bit. Here's variance margin. All right, scroll down. Format, I'll say that's whole number. Formatting. Oh, wait, variance. No, variance margin gets 2 decimal places. And variance is a whole number. So no decimal places. Okay. Add the variance and variance margin measures to the table visual. I'm going to make this a little bigger if I can. There's a little more space. Oh, I didn't want to like take it off the screen. I just wanted a little more space for these new measures. Variance and variance margin. Okay, whoa. Resize the table visuals so that all columns and rows can be seen. Easier said than done. I'm not able, maybe if I drag the whole thing over, kind of. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's good enough. I'm gonna copy that link. I'm gonna open that in a new tab so that I can see what Microsoft has for the answer. Oh, their variance margin looks different. Their variance has, oh, there's parentheses around those. It's interesting, and that's like minus, and it's a percent. Not sure about that, but yeah, okay. Yeah, something is not correct. 91614791. That is correct, but variance margin, I don't know why, because I got that formula from the snippet, so I'm putting that one on the snippet. And also, why didn't they include the formatting in the snippet for these parentheses around the values to indicate that they're negative, and these parentheses? Didn't say it was a parenthesis, I don't think. Oh, it did say that. All right, my bad. Variance margin. Let's go back to variance margin. And it is a percent. Percentage format, yes. All right. Oh, 1,000 separator. All right. All right, let's try that again. Okay. Hey, that's good. That is awesome. Okay, so this says format the variance measure for 0 decimal places, which it has. And then Microsoft's picture has 2 decimal places, which is fine. I think there's just like a little discrepancy between this image and the current instructions, which is fine. Okay, and now I can, now I can see all these rows. Maybe that's why it's like now I can see all the rows, columns. While it appears all salespeople are not meeting target, remember that the table visual isn't yet filtered by a specific time period. You'll produce sales performance reports that filter by a user-selected time period in the Design a Report in Power BI Desktop Part 1 Lab. At the top right corner of the Fields pane, collapse and then expand, open the pane. Okay. Collapsing and reopening the pane resets the content. Notice how the targets table now appears at the top of the list. Yes, it does. Tables that comprise only of visible measures are automatically listed at the top of the list. Task 3, my favorite, finish up. In this task, you will complete the lab. Save the Power BI desktop. Click Save. And if you intend to start the next lab, leave the Power BI desktop open. You'll enhance the data model with more advanced calculations using DAX in the Create DAX Calculations in Power BI Desktop Part 2 Lab. Congratulations, you have made it to the end of this module. To mark the end of the lab as complete, click End. That's good. All right, we'll stop recording.